Yo! Hello everyone! I don't know, I hope the multi-chat is gonna work today. Hello Mrs. Amethyst on Twitch and a lot of people on YouTube. Dama Gaming, Protagonist. I saw Protagonist, you submitted some roles for sure already. HDXD. Hulk Lofi, welcome to the game as well, because I saw you guys had a discussion on how to level up fast. I'm waiting for my tea to be ready. Then I will actually switch the scene and we will get started with rating roles. And you guys have of course an influence too on how you guys rate the roles. For the Twitch, I think I still need to get a link for the Twitch. Oh, let me get a link for the Twitch. For those who are on Twitch. Hello, Auro, welcome in as well. Submit your fan-made roles here. And then I need to pin it, of course. Let's go. Let's put it that way. This is where you submit your fan-made roles in the Twitch chat. In the YouTube chat, it's also in the pinned comment. I'm going to rate roles that are submitted by people who are watching here, preferably, so that they can respond to them as I am looking at the roles. I think my tea is ready, so I'm getting that real quick, and then we'll actually start. Alright, let's go. Let's mute that one. I'm gonna have some. I have a Halloween playlist as well. I don't know. Can you? I don't know. Is the volume okay? Premium talismans you gotta buy in the shop. They give a huge increased chance to get only for specific team, aka any village role. Check more in the shop. Yeah, if you wanna be like win a lot, get a lot of wins in a somewhat legit way, like not playing custom games. Yeah, you can get the village talismans and use those. Alright. Oh, this is the wrong tab, of course. Let's see. Webcam, let's go. Oh my god, it's shifted a lot. Sometimes it does that. Volume is okay, that's good. It's really expensive, pretty sure it's only with IRL money or without. It's the premium talismans is like auto double XP or premium custom games. Same price, I believe. Yeah, okay, so the multi-chat is gonna be an issue again, I think. That's gonna be annoying. I don't know how to fix that. Alright. Anyways, I think it will pick itself up. I will, of course, look at both the Twitch and the YouTube chat. Let's start with the individual roles now. Alright. Rain Sinado, you're the first one to submit. Are you here? If you are here, I will look at your role now. Otherwise, I will move ahead and see who else has a role that I can look at. Was there bad lag? I think it's not on my side, at least. It looks like my stream is stable. I honestly submitted one and super rushed. Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe there's some good potential there still. Like, there might be roles that have, like, potential, but are not just worked out that well yet. Oh, yeah, by the way, even though stuff like Pumpkin Oracle and Pumpkin Dealer have released, I'm not gonna accept like RNG rolls. Well, except I'm not gonna rate them very highly. It's not like the standard of the game has changed and now my standard is gonna change along. No. I don't think Reincinado is here. I saw him earlier, but I don't think he's here right now. Let's go to number 2. Protagonist, you are here. I know Protagonist is here. We're gonna look at the Innkeeper first. A Village Unknown Jailer is the base role. So it's an advanced role for the Jailer. Okay, ability day. Invite one player to your inn for the night. They return to the inn every night until the innkeeper dies. So basically, it's permanent. There is no limit to how many players can be in the inn at once. The visual would be a bar table in front of the player instead of iron bars. No identities are hidden. The inmates can see who the innkeeper and other inmates are. Everyone can see who everyone else is targeting. Like a werewolf lynch vote. EG2 the Loudmouth changes target to 13. A finger points to 13 with 2 written on it. Okay, basically it's like... It's not like it's not a very strong role block, but it's definitely something that makes you think before you do anything. No one can talk, and no one is role blocked, and no one is offered protection. Werewolves in the inn cannot participate in werewolf lynch and cannot see or use werewolf chat. But how are you gonna... If that's the case, why would you even like vote to begin with as werewolf in the inn? Hello Tommy, welcome in. Oh, I'm kinda yeah. I will need to sneeze a lot probably on this stream. Okay. Ability night. Each night you may give a drink to an inmate. You can drink it at any point during the night. It grants protection for the rest of the night. So you may, like, protect one person then. Everyone can see that you are given a drink and when you drink it. Twice per game you may lace the drink before you give it out. Whoever drinks it will immediately die. So that acts like a bullet. You can only give a player a regular drink once. However, you can give a lace drink to a person twice. It will kill them immediately, but you can like kill them twice. That doesn't work unless they're revived. But I think, yeah, that would be kind of weird. Oh my god, there's the... Oh, this is the like advices. Unique twist on Jailer where you can only get visual clues instead of communicator, which is stronger in certain... Yeah, I think it is stronger in certain scenarios. How do you guys rate this role? Is this straight from Blood on the Clock Tower? Because Jess says something like that. You gotta add about social deduction game. I don't know if I think just like I like the concept of like not like it's just like a soft role block basically. But I think it needs some fine tuning in the terms of like I would not in this case, especially if someone is like has this soft role block every single night, I think like either remove the protection ability or remove the kill ability here, I would say, because yeah, if you jail a werewolf, they're just gonna be like useless till you die. And it's also a bit too complicated, yeah. It won't work in quick game, yeah, and since it's an advanced role, I think this could be a good ranked role for sure. But yeah, it could be a good ranked role, but I don't know if it works in the roll tree system. But yeah, we are designing for the roll tree system technically, because I kind of force you to do a base roll. Hello Turkoglu, welcome in. People are ready to... Yeah, the Warden is already too complex for the quick game sometimes. What's a jailer? A jailer. It's actually with the E. I think the person who... The protagonist probably just wrote it wrong. Or Wolvesville has told me wrong all these years. It's hard to make. It is, but I've seen good ones though. Like in my roll contests. I think this one, it needs a bit more fine tuning. Alright. Let's go to the next one. Number 3. By Rain Sinado. If you're here, come up, Knock, you submitted yours. We'll definitely get to it because I'm pretty sure we will get to number 15 easily. Is it American? I didn't know that it would be American English. I know that they do that with in English. No, wait. No, I think in American English it is, you usually, color is like with an O, and in British it's OU, but I didn't know they did that with the E and O sometimes as well. Yeah. Alright, I don't think Rencinado is here. Alright. Another one from Rencinado. Okay, Regular Werewolf, are you here? I've seen Regular Werewolf earlier, yeah, in the chat. But it was like, I think might have been... Oh yeah, oh, I see the chat by Rencinado from the very start. He won't be able to participate in the live now. He is gonna participate later. So we're gonna look at Rencinado's roles later if he reminds me to. You are Wolf346, Tommy. Okay, I try to keep that in mind. I think Regular Werewolf isn't here now, so we'll skip that one. Let's go to Hugo HK. Hotel owner. Are you here, Hugo? I will also need to look at the Twitch chat, obviously, because that's also where people have submitted roles, perhaps. You don't... Yeah, YouTube chat. Yeah, I don't see them in the YouTube chat either, but I know Hugo is usually here. So Hugo might be coming back later as well. I will need to keep in mind Hugo, Rencinado, and Regular Werewolf now. Okay. Okay. İnsan Degil. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's Turkish. But if you are here, let me know. Then we'll look at your role now. Yeah, it's glitching out like a lot. It's really annoying that it does that. I think this person is also not here. Yeah, we will skip that one too then. Okay, CR7 Ben's Bill is here. That's something I know. You'll be here now, Skyno. Okay, good. Okay, we'll look at the crypt from CR7 Ben's Bill. Solo unknown, sounds like it. A crypt. Arsonist, okay. So this is an arsonist at the phone's role, so it's probably gonna bypass protections. Crypt has 2 abilities: steal a soul and putting a person in a maze. Okay, I assume, yeah, the soul is like something you can use every night or so, and this one is only 2 times. You can always steal a soul from a person, putting this person in a maze. Choose a person a day, at night. This person will be warned about they are put into maze. Yeah. The maze is there. Okay. The maze are 3 direction, left, right, straight. By the way, when the person gets the correct for the first one and the second one, it comes again. It's the same maze still. And when the person fails the first one, it has to get correct to get the second maze. answers always change when the person in maze fails. If this person cannot escape until the morning, they automatically die. So basically a minigame. Interesting. Stealing a soul is only usable at night. Maze is you choose at daytime. Crypt can totally kill 2 persons at one day, and the maze bypasses protections. Ooh, that's interesting. Like, this only bypasses protections. But then it's like Alchemist, but then with night kills, and it's gonna be more difficult to control whether your bypasses are actually gonna work out. Fix your it's not, I don't think it's Twitch. Actually, it looks like the error from the multi-chat is actually coming from YouTube somehow. It's kind of RNG. Yeah, it is RNG, to be fair. This could be like an interesting role for custom / crazy game modes, though. Or in general, like could the maze minigame actually be interesting as a minigame for the dead players? Random number generator, yeah. Cons. Stealing a soul can't bypass protection, so it can't kill. That's like the black potion from the Alchemist. I think like if we're gonna be real, I think for the mainline game modes this wouldn't work because yeah, it's RNG based. The minigame idea is cool, but it's kind of hard to make that a factual thing. Like, how are you gonna implement a minigame with time constraint that is not RNG based? Then I'm thinking about like having a quiz, but that's like easy at some point. The YouTube chat is kind of frozen. Yeah, it is. I can also just turn off the multi-chat again, and then just have YouTube chat here. I will keep an eye on the Twitch chat anyways. The Twitch chat is empty. Yeah, that's what Oro says. So I doubt it's that. Now your words aren't showing on the stream anymore, Oro, because I disabled the multi-chat now. According to Oro on Twitch, Crypt should be crazy only now. Yeah, I think so too. Do you think Pirate in Sound of Stadium is RNG based? It's basically rock paper system. I have no clue, but it sounds like it's gonna be RNG based then. Too weak and RNG based. Alchemist is based. It's also better, I think, yeah. Alright, let's go to the next role. Bob Carapish, are you here? If you are here, we can look at your role, the demo night. We have still like 7 responses, and there will probably be more as time goes on. Does the role directly tell you the aura of player and the aura of a player B? Or does it tell you one of these players good and one is unknown? For what role is that? Oh, pirate. Alright, let's go to 11. HDXD, are you here? I've seen you at least earlier, but are you still here to witness your role? You are! Okay, let's go. Cyberwolf. That reminds me of a Cyberwolf from Roll Contest 2023, I think. Evil Werewolf, Nightmare Werewolf Advanced. I think that Cyber Werewolf was a Junior Advanced, if I'm not wrong though. Twice per game you must select a player to be hacked. This player cannot chat or use their abilities the following day. So basically Corruptor. Fiji is too OP. Interesting uses, prohibiting Seer to talk, warden to jail. Isn't that just like Nightmare, or I mean Mute from the Voodoo? So basically it would be like Well, I guess voodoo can you... With mute, you can still use abilities, I guess. Hello, Batata. Welcome in. I think it's interesting that you can, like, block players at daytime instead of, like, at nighttime or only mute and revoke the vote. It's really just like, it would perfectly fit with Nightmare of Voodoo. I could see this as like a realistic role in the game, but I would also see this like getting some backlash for being like not creative enough. Can they vote too when hacked? I've no clue actually. It would almost, yeah, actually this, now that I think of it though, it does a bit more than the Voodoo, I guess, but it would be really similar to Voodoo. It would basically be like, okay, do you prefer your mute ability to actually only mute and provoke votes, or would you also want the mute ability? Oh no, and then have like as a pro of that ability, also have a nightmare. Or would you like your mutes to actually do a bit more? That's basically the choice you're making between Cyberwolf and Voodoo in that case. So I think it might be a bit too similar. I would not be opposed to it though. It could be useful for me for custom game setup creations. And also for crazy game modes. It could be useful, but I think people would be disappointed to see this role in the game because it would be a bit too similar. Oh wait, scroll down. Stop people from talking, stops them from using abilities. They don't stop from voting, doesn't incapacitate players entirely, just disallows them to talk. It's a balanced rule, that's for sure. So it's not, I don't know if it would even be a stronger mute in that case, but you could like screw some players up, I guess. In particular like bullet rules, like, for them it could be annoying. For anyone else, like, yeah, it would, yeah, you could like mute the seer or use this on the seer and then have that muted, but they could like, if you think of it, if people know the seer, they know it's muted or corrupted or whatever, and then the seer votes someone, the people could just follow because they know like, hey, they are seer and they must have seen someone evil. So that would be kind of flawed. So I would like say, if it also stops them from voting, I would say it would become a stronger mute, but then it would like the con to the Voodoo Werewolf would be no nightmare. Then I would say it's a bit more balanced to the Voodoo Werewolf. Or remove the Voodoo, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do that, honestly. It is like, yeah, it is really like day nightmare. Yeah, so, I don't know. Oh, there's a part of a B-movie script. I'm not gonna read all of this, man. I don't know, we have to move on to some other roles as well. Welcome in, Noddles. You're not too late. No, you can still submit your roles. Okay, your local Alex, are you in the stream? I think not. Oh, that's maybe... Are you, Jess? Are you... Oh, that's me. Okay, okay. Oh, yeah, you said something about anomaly. Okay, you have the anomaly. It's a solo. Sounds like a solo as well. Base roll could be advanced roll of Gravedigger. Okay, interesting. So then it would be, like, not really solo. At the start of the night... You may pick a player, they die, and you become their role. Basically, like, choose the Grave Roamer. This hides their true identity. Okay, so it's a bit more than Grave Robber. This would be more interesting than Grave Robber. You win with the team you have now become, or by surviving until the end. At the start of the night, the anomaly can choose a player to become. So it's like not really a solo killer, indeed. This sounds like a really... this really sounds like it should be an advanced role for the Grave Robber, honestly. Like, Grave Robber is being a bit more... it's a bit easier to understand for villagers because... yeah, they see who died. And with this, you could, like, do some more plays because the role is hidden. But it would have to... yeah, you have to, like... it should be, like, select night 1, I guess. Or maybe it should, like... I don't know if it would be good if you could, like, change your selection. Anomaly chooses to play 14 with the Alpha Werewolf, played over the nights, and Anomaly has now become Alpha Werewolf, learning their teammates and winning with the werewolves. I don't know, I think the problem I see with this is like the same thing that Grave Robber has. Well, obviously RNG, but yeah, we already have Grave Robber anyways. But I think the biggest problem that I see with this role is that if you compare it with Grave Robber, Grave Robber has like certain exclusions that they cannot become, and I think if this role can decide who they become, they can like get OP roles as well. It can choose at any night, okay. It's like, then it's kind of a, it's a blend between Lurker and Grave Robber, honestly. What is Bloxton even? I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know what I would. I think this is another case. Like, could be interesting for crazies as customs, but I don't know. I don't see this happen in main game modes. It is rushed though, yeah. They admit that. Okay, Wolf346, are you here with your fam assist? Oh yeah, that's Tommy, right? Okay, it's you. Okay. Pharmacist. Village unknown. Doctor. Okay, ooh, interesting. We have a doctor advanced with an unknown aura. That's already like... I don't know if it should be a red flag. It depends on how strong it is. But that's already pretty interesting. This one has 3 pills, but only give 2 at max during the night. First pill protects someone, the second kills, and the third mutes them. Okay, this should be a witch advance roll, honestly. Right from the bat. Once the pill used, it will recharge after some days. To pill number 1, it will recharge the night after you used it. The number 2 will never recharge, that's fair, yeah. Number 3 will recharge in 2 nights after use. This should be a witch advance roll, I think. I don't know why it should be added. I had this morning, this roll. It is an interesting roll. I think I've seen something similar in a roll contest before. But make it a witch advance roll for sure. Hello Milan, welcome in. The witch has to be the base roll. I think this is too strong for the doctor. Especially because it's confirmable, so it's not like the unknown roll, the unknown aura doesn't do much to nerf it. Rough for the target, but yeah, if you make it a witch advance roll, it's basically like witch then. But then with like recharging and... And I assume that, like, since you protect... It has, it will charge the right knight right after you used it. I think what you need to do here is to make it more balanced. I would say, okay, first of all, of course, make it a witch advance roll. I would say, or alternatively make the aura good and remove the kill ability. I could see that work, I guess, as well. But and then I would say have an extra night of delay when recharging your protection, because then it actually has a like major con compared to the witch itself, because the witch can also like put a protection on someone every night, and then just it has like basically recharges next night. If your roll comes up in 1 hour and not in chat, can you still go over it? Depends on if there's like many other people who have rolls submitted that are there, because then I will give them the priority. But in general, my best advice for this roll would be like put a little delay on the protection ability, on the recharge, like 1 extra night, and then make it witch advance roll. I think that would be the best thing you could do with this roll. But then it's cool. The kill ability is only useful once though. That is something that is specified. The number 2, basically the kill one, will never recharge, and number 3 will recharge in 2 nights. I would say you could keep this one at 2 nights and also make number 1 2 nights, so that you have to, after you use the protection, even if it didn't save, you have to like either kill or mute. And then, yeah, that's your choice then. Or you do nothing, I guess, if you don't want to mute. And you already used your kill. This is a lot better than Doc. That's why I would recommend making it a witch roll. Okay, let's go number 14. Turk Tukoglu, you are here, I think. I've seen you in the chat pretty recently, so I assume you are here. Alright. Provocator. I don't know what that... Provocator? Village good. Oh, I don't be Turkish, honestly. I don't know. Does anyone understand this? Is anyone in the chat here who reads Turkish can understand what the ability does? Because I don't understand what it says. He provokes. Yeah, it sounds like it. Can anyone translate? I wonder if someone can translate this. Like, I want to know what it says. Yeah, please translate it, CR7 Bands, because I think Turkoglu, he says not me, but either someone else submitted with his name, or he just lies. I see CR7 Ben's Bill is going to translate it for us. It's marker. Marker, but what's the ability? Like, that's the most important thing here. Oh. And also, I don't know what base roll, but I can probably base... when I see, like, what the ability is, I can probably guess what the base roll will be. Maximum marked player has 2 votes. So it's probably a mayor advance roll then. Yeah, sounds like advance roll of mayor. But then isn't it like a little bit too much like Baker? Yeah, isn't that just Baker? To be fair, we've had like some really... I've seen some really good advanced roles of Mayor. But what was it? I think 2 years ago, we had the Southern Belle. I liked that role so much. That was my favorite, but I think it lost to the Journalist in 2023. Wasn't there like a Mayor advanced role in the last role contest as well? Might have been. Okay, you said base role is Flower Child, by the way. Okay. I don't know if that would work then, honestly. Let's go to the next one. Comment block, are you here? I think I've seen you like some time ago, but I don't know if you're still here. You are here, Milan. I know. I see you. You have a role? Okay, command block is here. Okay, the Swapper. Swapper reminds me... I don't know. Nobody probably has ever played here. But I used to play Minecraft on a pretty shitty server called shopbo.net. And there's like 2 big game modes. And one of them was Annihilation. I played that a lot in my childhood. And there was a role... There was like a role/kit called Swapper. And it would like swap positions with someone. And you had like insane swap traps. But yeah, that's like some childhood nostalgia. What hour is it where you are? For me, it is like 3:15 p.m. Okay, Soulbinder as a base role, interesting. And unknown, that's good. At any time, select 2 players. Select player A to preserve their role. Select player B to give them the role. If player A dies, player B instantly gets a role of player A. You can chat with the dead at night. Ooh, okay. Okay. At least if one of the villager isn't a villager... Yeah, okay, that's good. Because otherwise this would be like... Yeah, you could get the situation of a werewolf becoming a villager and then exposing all the other werewolves. At least the role swap fails, so that's good. I think that's very interesting for sure. It's yeah, I would say this. I like this role. This is probably the best role I've seen so far. I really like the idea here. Like then you could like make the Flower Child useful by making them get a role. And also as a werewolf, if you know about this, you're gonna try to kill the player B first before player A. Yeah, it's like See Apprentice, but you choose who inherits who. I think so, but I think I would say it's distinct enough to be like a different role and like be able to coexist with the Seer Apprentice. Yeah, it also works with more than just informers, that too. And it's of course only once per game. It's like also kind of like a medium, but then, yeah, of course quite weaker. But that is like for the whole Soulbinder tree, I would say. I have to say, in retrospective, like adding the Soulbinder tree this year was one of the best things I've seen in Wolvesville, I think, this year. It's Ferryman. Maybe not as strong of a role, but I think Soulbinder is really interesting. There was like some criticism early on, maybe still, but I would say adding Soulbinder and the Ferryman was definitely a really good thing for the game. This feels weak. You will die before you can do anything. Make this role be useful after death. Yeah, maybe that could help as well, I would say. And you would need to find out you need to find out a way to see who you wanna like ideally, if your player A ideally is a player with like a lot of abilities left, like some sort of vigilante related role, a jailer, or maybe butcher or something, or flagger. Yeah, you could like select like the informer, but ideally you want your bullet back. Giving retool properties to swapper. How would you imagine that? You want to be able to change targets. Yeah, but if someone dies, you cannot select them, of course, anymore. Or not as player A. I would say this is definitely a 7 or 8 out of 10 for me. I think an 8 out of 10. Let's see, number 16, Skylomore, are you here? I think you are. You gotta go for 5 minutes. I will see you soon then. Skylomore with the vampire. Let's see, is he here? I think Skylo isn't here right now, but he will probably be... He was here not long ago, indeed. We will see when someone joins. Monarch says Pfau. Are you here? I've not seen Monarch in the chat. But I know Monarch is usually lurking. So Monarch might be here when they hear the name. You are here, yeah. Luminancer, okay. Village unknown, medium, okay. A medium advanced role now. Once per game you may enhance one villager, either dead or alive. They will gain 1 extra use for one of their abilities. I've seen this idea a lot, I think, as well. Of their choice and will become temporarily unkillable. The effect lasts during the next 2 phases, then they will go back to their previous remaining inventory. If used on that player, they will temporarily revive and die again once the effect's over. I'm thinking, like, is this not just a weaker medium? This... I don't know, but this sounds like something that could be Soulbinder advanced as well. Skylo's on Twitch yet? Oh yeah, you are here. Okay. I didn't see the Twitch yet. Okay. I can see the Twitch yet, but I kind of forgot to check that. Right there. I'm gonna go back to your role, Skylo, after this. This should be in Soulbinder Advanced role, I think, as well. But really cool, I would say, as well. Still. I like the idea, but I've seen it as in the past as well. Only attacks able to kill enhanced players are fellow recruit. Okay, yeah. So if they like die by some sort of tagging / coupling, enhancing another Luminancer will only revive them and make them unkillable, but they cannot chain and enhancement. That's probably for the better. Cannot be head-to-head as targets. I think I like the... I would see this as a valuable addition for sure. You gotta go, okay. See you later, unknown. My Twitch chat is not displayed. Yeah, that's because the multi-chat is really bugging. Let me check if I can fix that. It doesn't really update. It's so stupid. Alright, so I think I like this role quite a bit. This would be perfect advanced Soulbinder. I don't think it needs... No, I don't think so either. But I know Monarch has some good role design. Number 60. Might be one of the favorites for the next contest. Who knows? Let's go to Skylomore right now. Skylomore has the vampire. Unknown. Serial killer. Cannot be killed by werewolves, obviously. Well, yeah, you have the Headless Horseman who can, but... Vampire starts the game without Bloodlust. With Bloodlust at night, Vampire can kill a player, which will end the Bloodlust. Without Bloodlust, at night Vampire can... Wait. Yeah, without Bloodlust, at night Vampire can turn the player into a ghoul, giving him another Bloodlust. Ghouls are unaware of being turned and keep their original role and team. The first time Vampire receives a lethal attack, the ghouls will die instead and Vampire will have the Bloodlust for the rest of the game. Wow, this is really complex already. One-time protection, yeah. It's like, that already puts it a bit between Headless Horseman and Serial Killer. Silent kills basically, so players won't be aware of who has turned and therefore you may use it for your advantage, like Arsonist does. Yeah, like stacking basically. When Vampire turns someone, they still can use their ability as usual until the moment Vampire is attacked, so it won't be wise to turn someone who will bring you more harm. Wait, I don't get this one here. They still can use their abilities as usual until the moment Vampire is attacked. It won't be wise to turn someone who will bring you more harm than good. Oh yeah, because you cannot kill them like directly anyways. I want to see a balanced solo killer role with protection mechanic and conversion mechanic, but conversion mechanic not in its usual understanding. More like silent kills, for example, like Arso. Yeah. I think this is a bit too complex, but I like the idea. It could be good for crazy game mode / customs as well. I wonder how people think of this in the chat. You think it's a 7 out of 10, Milan? Interesting. It is really good, but it's a bit complex. You just woke up, yeah. But keep in mind there's also players who don't play with full attention. I don't know if like they should be like the baseline where we base role design off in terms of how understandable it is, but this could be pretty damn difficult for beginning players. Obviously they are not gonna have this role unless temporary card. But I would say like, I'm also trying to think, would I pick this role over Cannibal? Maybe because of the protection. Okay, so it's SK and Siren dead ability if they had a baby. Yeah, but it's not like really tagging. Like Siren has like tagging. Also, it's a bit slow, right? Like you have to. You're gonna, as long as you tag, as you're not attacked and you are still getting like Bloodlust and stuff. It is like the first night you wait. It starts the game without Bloodlust. So first you turn someone in a ghoul, then night 2 you can kill, night 3 you have to turn, night 4 you can kill, and until you like. Basically, it's a bit slower than SK because the people you have like one kill kind of per night, but the people only really die when you get attacked. So that is a condition. That's the weakness of the role. But on the other hand, it does kind of protect you. But I don't know how often would that be useful, really. Because ideally, you don't really. When you get attacked, you probably are already known. And if you get attacked and ghouls die, people know you are this role, the vampire. It can be unpredictable, yeah. It's kind of fun that you have a twist though. Like, that's cool. Milan, you just woke up, really? Well, you are a late sleeper for sure. Or are you ill? The amount of dead ghouls may be enough for you to win, though. Yeah. This one was stronger than Arso. Yeah, it has 2 lives. Typically would be the same as Headless Horseman in that regard. Because, yeah, Headless Horseman could have more lives than 2, but this one actually always has 2 lives. There's like no way that you are gonna... There's no way that you are... Like with the Headless Horseman, you can get shot and it bypasses your protection. But with this one, that's not gonna be the case. You always have protection. It's almost like a Jedi Wolf, but then even better because you don't just protect yourself, you actually make people die. So if you are like claiming this role and you say like, oh well, these players are my ghouls, people might be kind of wary to kill you. Second life of Headless is fleeting, yeah. And the vampire doesn't die to wolves, so that makes it like kinda stronger, yeah. You may lose protection if all your ghouls will be dead. Oh, so if you don't have ghouls, then you don't have protection, I guess. It can be killed by someone else, yeah. Hello, Xyvan, welcome in. Let me read if Twitch has said something. Ouroboros is gonna head out. See you later, Oro, if you're still there. You were sleeping a lot because you were gaming till 12 at night. Then you sleep a lot though, still. Like, what, 14 hours of sleep? Arsedouses can die. Yeah, true. I think it's like, it's kind of difficult for me to see how strong it is. But I would say it's definitely on the stronger side of the SK tree for sure. Definitely like cannibal at least. Cannibal strength. Oh, you were programming, coding. Alright. Let's go to number 18. Who has submitted this? Batata, are you back? I think Batata is back, but... You are solo after all, yeah. But so are SK and Kenny and Arso. Batata is here. Hello, welcome Rex. Welcome in. Okay, the Lizardman, the solo unknown, Advance of Corruptor. We've, like, let me think. I think I've not seen the advanced roles of the Bandit yet, but other than that, we've seen every base solo now. Yeah, okay, Fool and Headhunter not, but... Each night, you may kill a player twice per game. During the day, you may instead announce to all players that you're going to convince next night. So I assume this would be like a system message. When convincing, instead of killing, you will convert them to your team and they will die after 2 voting phases. Convinced players will appear as lizardmen when they were killed by any means. So this is a blend between the Corruptor or Ilu and something like zombie, but then a bit more balanced because only 2. You can't be killed by werewolves, that's like obvious. An image link, should I open this? Let me quickly check if this is safe. If I can show this. It doesn't load. Oh, now it does load. Okay, I can show this, I guess. I like the icon though. It's a bit too big maybe. But I like how you try to make a description and this kind of image for this. It's similar to Astro's global message. We need a hypostein roll. I've seen that so often, but I don't think we need a hypostein roll, honestly. Cool icon, though. It's the lizard team because you actually convert someone into your team. Like, the goal is not really in your team, but this is in your team. Convinced players will appear as lizardmen, yeah. So I guess these two players can help you because they know you, but it's only two players and they die as well automatically, so they're not like there to be permanent. This could be really strong, honestly, because yeah, conversion's still like, if you have the numbers and you're also unkillable basically as lizardman. Well, that's the same for bandit now I think of it, but you could have like a bit more, you could have a few more players on your side. What I think is interesting is that you have like only 2 falling phase per member, so you have to kind of strategically choose when you are gonna use this. Yeah, you cannot kill these guys, they're gonna die themselves, but you don't even want them to die per se, but that's just the balancing way of this roll. Yeah, can convicting be stopped by doctor? We don't know. It doesn't say so. I assume it can, because yeah, it's corruptor advanced, but you never know. It's not like specified. It can be protection, but okay, that's good. For sure, that's gonna help this roll. It is, I think it's really cool to see a blend between a traditional solo killer, especially something like a like of the corruptor or the Elu, with a conversion roll, and it's not unbalanced in terms of like giving. You're not gonna have giving in as an issue when it's limited how many people. They should have that with every conversion roll, honestly, but yeah, I don't see them doing that, or at least add it to the sect leader and the bandit. And have it as a unique thing for the zombie. But it would still be like an annoying roll, the zombie. We're almost at 50. At 50 what? 50 watchers? That's insane though. I've not had like so many people watching it in a long time. Alright, let's go to number 19. Cashian HH, are you here? 50, yeah, I was, yeah, we are almost at 50. 50 what? We have 33 submissions. I don't know what you were saying with 50 submissions. We are at submission 19 out of 33, but there still might be more. Cashian HH, are you here? A YouTuber once had 100k watchers. That's like uncontrollable much. Who was it then? Like, my first instinct says Mr. Beast, but I don't know. He doesn't stream, I think. Or it might be like some sort of event. Creek Craft. I don't know what they are. Cashin HH. I don't think Cashin HH is here. Let's go to number 20. Nuddles! Are you here? I know you were here. You said something about your role though. Let me check if I can find you. What did Nuddles say? Scrolling back in time, but I don't see. When did Nuddles say something? Here. Oh, he had basketball training and the role is very short. Let's see if it's actually really short. Yeah. Okay, this looks short. We can do this quickly, I guess. Unknown, Alpha Werewolf. Okay, when you are the last werewolf alive, you can kill 2 players each night. Okay, this is like the most... one of the more suggested things. I don't think they're gonna add this because this has been like over-suggested, kinda. What do you guys think? If you're the last werewolf alive, you can kill 2 players each night. And an elf advanced wolf. It's like, well, what? There's also like, some people suggest something like the white wolf or the lonely wolf or something. Like, basically a werewolf that doesn't communicate or doesn't know who the werewolves are, but then they have like a separate kill. Or it's like, there's also people suggesting an alpha advanced role when they're the last one alive. They can like kill an extra player once at night. This one, it would be stronger than that, obviously. Or something that they have like protection. 1 protection when they are the last one alive. There's like a lot of roles that have suggested things that are like, if you're the last one alive, then you become stronger. It feels RNG based. Cold Night 1, good luck, yeah. You're not gonna... But that's like, I would say that's like with a lot of roles though. Don't think that's a good argument to make. Because if you're caught as... I don't know, let's say Junior Werewolf or Split Wolf, yeah. You're also gonna probably... Well, I guess it's a bit different. There's like a couple rules that if they are caught night 1, they are gonna die. Like pretty much any Nightmare advanced rule. Wolffluencer for sure as well. I would say any Shaman advanced role probably dies. Wolfseer type of roles die pretty quickly as well. Yeah, and Wolf Summoner absolutely as well. That one also dies like right away when they know who the Wolf Summoner is. Then there's no point in keeping it alive. This can work if you get yourself credibility early and maybe push a few teammates to get your credibility, but it's promotion. But it promotes some throwing and teammates suiciding. Yeah. True. Okay, number 21, Skylomore. Okay. Skylo, are you here? Let's see. I think you were here for a long time. Let me see. Is there someone on Twitch? No. I need to keep in mind the Twitch chat as well. Okay, Skylo's here. Tour operator. Village good. Doctor. Okay, we have a Doctor Advanced now. Let's see if this is actually a Doctor Advanced. Every night you can either organize a meeting with another player or give a pass. Okay, every night you can either organize a meeting with another player or give a player to pass the trip out of village. Wait, a pass to trip out of village. That sounds like you're gonna trip. Okay, if the same player 2 times in a row and each player... Huh? Okay, I'm skipping a sentence there. If you decided to organize a meeting, selected player will be protected this night. You can't organize a meeting with the same player 2 times in a row, and each player can have only 1 pass per game. What's the pass though? You can give only maximum 3 passes in total. Player with pass won't be informed that they have it until you die. After your death, players with test decide to use it at night to get protection only for this night, but then they won't be able to use the night abilities. Oh! Oh, that reminds me kind of the... What was that role that we had last year that was like kind of popular with Ritualist and with Darius? It was the role, the solo. That was the solo role that had like people able to lock themselves up to protect themselves. Oh, it's kind of, it has a similar vibe. I think this is like borderline. This is just borderline like understandable. This is just understandable. It's not too complex, but it is almost too complex. The bishop works out of town role. Yeah. Dweller. Yeah, Dweller. Thank you, Milan. It was the Dweller, yes. I think it's an okay role, but I think it's like almost too complex. So you have to watch out with that. If players will use instant abilities first, they won't be able to activate the pass already. Like basically, I'm like when I'm on stream, I'm like half concentrated. And I know there's like a lot of there might be a lot of players who are also half concentrated. So you kind of want to have your role be understood by people who are half concentrated. Like that's the difficulty with role design, because it is easier to make really interesting roles that are very complex and are thus very unique. But it's really, the difficult part is in like having it very, very understandable, very easy to understand, but also be unique. That is like the hardest thing, and also balance, of course, with role design. It's quite easy. I have a short description for you. I think it's more, it's easier than something like the Dweller, that's for sure. That's also why I wasn't too keen on the Dweller, but yeah, I didn't understand it at first. Every night you can protect a player or give them a pass secretly, but you can't protect the same player 2 times in a row. After you death up to player, if a player will pass, will be able to... Yeah. It is kind of... It's a bit of a... Wait, I will need to see. Okay, it's an either or. That's good. That means that... that's good. Like, if it would be able to give a meeting and a pass at one night, it would probably be too strong. But I think it's balanced for sure. It's still, it feels complicated. That's probably because the meeting is a bit complicated, because, or it's not like meeting on its own is not complicated, but the meeting idea and how that protects you. Or especially like how that you can only like give it once per 2 nights to one player. That is like a different style already from typical protections, and then you add to that the pass mechanic, then it becomes a bit of a mess. That's probably why I was confused at first. Hello, Lazu. Players with passes might have an interesting experience of predicting when they will be attacked. That's for sure. I think getting a pass would be interesting. And sometimes you don't want to... But you also have like I like the gameplay probably of this role, because you have to like predict, am I gonna die? And if I'm gonna die, I probably want to give a pass to someone. Or you have to think, or when are you going to sacrifice like not protecting to give out a pass if you think you can live a bit longer. The only thing I don't like, the actual thing that I don't like too much about this role, I think, although let me read this to make sure I'm right. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, so this sentence is crucial. Players with a pass won't be informed that they have it until you die. Okay, otherwise it would be self-confirmable. That was something I was worried about, but that's actually something you did foresee. So I'm happy with that, Skylo. To which I understand, anything more complicated than Warden just doesn't work. Yeah, and Warden is already like borderline complex sometimes. But I think this could work, I think. Maybe it's also just a way of how you describe it. Alright. Yeah, I wonder how you make... How would you shorten this description though? That's like difficult. Because every sentence has like crucial information. Alright, let's go to the next one. I like this role. But I could understand not everyone would be able to understand it off the get-go. Okay, Milan, are you here? I think you are. Yeah, people you play with won't understand it. That's the problem this role might have. What is a Shogun? I guess this should be shotgun. I don't know, especially since if it's solo. Escape as base roll. Guess what position of every player and everybody votes are hidden. Like Stormwolf ability 2 Shuriken. You can kill like a normal escape ability. Okay, that's just like the method. Ability 3 Dragon Punch. It's like a bomber but only in diagonal rows. Okay. So first of all, I like the... If it's Shuriken, wouldn't it be a ninja then? I like the theming. Of course, I don't like the Stormwolf, but I think I would not be against this as an SK advanced role. But yeah. It would also mean we get more swapping and stuff in the game. So I don't know about that. I would remove number 3 though, because or make it a bit different, because the bomber mechanic is not really liked, I have to say, in the game. At least not by me. I think I'm not gonna... I think the swap ability is something that's not very popular, and that's also goes for the bomber. But it's interesting that you try to combine it. I'm thinking, how could you fix it? Probably I'm thinking like, what if you had a role? If you remove like the first ability and you make the third ability, you make that an ability that once per game at discussion phase, you can use this ability and you can select which half of the field cannot get votes. So either 1 to 8 or 9 to 16 or 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 13, 14 or the other 8 numbers. And then you can make like it would still be geography based, but it could like serve as some sort of self-protection. And you would get a couple options with that. I think if you would have that, that would definitely be more unique. And it would be a little bit less annoying. And it would have a bit more of a purpose, I would say. That's probably how you could replace the ability 1 and 3 together. I think also right now it would be a bit strong as well. Because the Dragon Punch would be like 3 additional kills on top of what you already have. So that would already be a lot of kills as well. There needs to be a contra to this role. Yeah, it's like... But that goes for... That's the one thing I like about Headless Horseman a lot, is that it actually has a counter. Headless Horseman is like the one as the first role that you could say maybe it's weaker than SK. Like, I don't think many people are going to argue that, but it has definitely a counter. It's definitely in some regard weaker than SK, namely that it can get killed by werewolves. And you can't say that for Evil Detective and Candy. So in that regard, this role could like use a counter as well, yeah. Somov is one of your favorite roles. Well, that might be the case. Just know that's not like very popular in the community, or not in my community, I think, because there might be like a lot of more casual players who like the Stormwolf as well. Horseman is basically worse than SK. If wolves are winning, stronger than SK. If wolves are getting smacked, yeah, then it's stronger than SK. Headless is a side grade to Sorikuri. I've seen people which win with Headless a lot, but not SK, and vice versa. Yeah, so... And side grades is what you want with roll trees. So... Yeah, that's kind of a common misconception, but the roles that were the initial philosophy of the devs was to have like advanced roles be like not actual upgrades, but just like different ways to play, like different experiences. My nose is suffering. Yeah, I have allergy. Probably need to get a new tissue. Okay, let's go to number 23. Okay, this is Turk Turgoglu. This might be... Oh, this is in English now. Turk Turgoglu, are you here? Hello, Joey. Welcome in. What were you streaming yesterday? I saw you promoted your Twitch. Or was that already Friday? I don't know. Oh, it's not gonna stop my nose. Headless just got in bad situation as the current sandbox setup is bullet heavy. But once it changes, Headless Horseman... Yeah, true. There's like Jailer, Fiji. So it's pretty bullet heavy. If the Jailer is gonna be removed, I assume... I assume that either Witch or Priest is gonna be like in the setup again. So then it's gonna be still almost as bullet heavy or even not more. Like Fiji is gonna stay, you know. They always keep Fiji in the setups. You were streaming a bit of coding for a project I wanted to make. You're coding a game, right? I think Turgoglu is not here, so let's go to number 24. Okay, there we go. Have Alex again. Alex, are you here? Hello, Sunny Pearl. Welcome on Twitch. I hope that's not too long ago that you sent it, but yeah, I'm trying to keep an eye on Twitch as well. Jess is on the stream, okay. You're calling a small web application using okay. What type of web application is it? I try to learn coding at some point. Oh, politician. That is that fits the timing in my country very well. Okay. Village good mayor. Yeah, that sounds logical. Mayor, politician, yeah. And also with votes. Each night the politician can choose a player. A day the politician can choose to publicly reveal themselves as the politician, gaining an extra vote with every living player they chosen. Wait. That would be like very... Isn't that like... Okay, there has to be a con, otherwise this is like... Rather than giving pure power from revealing, they gain power by revealing with every living player they chosen. Player 4... Wait, player 4 is politician, they choose 7... Player 6, 4, and 2. Player 2 died, and player 4 revealed themselves, gaining 3 extra votes. Oh, they need someone to die. That sounds so strong. Am I not? Am I crazy? That's way too OP, I think. I'm probably missing something, or Jess probably forgot something. You coded the Dino game from Google. That's actually pretty cool. They just gained 1 vote, but it says like you gain 3 extra votes here. It says also a semi-rushed one. I would say if you would have like -1 for every evil, that would be fun. But that's also like gonna have like its fun-ages. You know that someone is gonna be evil then. Oh. 3 votes total. Oh. Isn't it just a better preacher, yeah, in that case? It's rushed, okay. If the player you picked at night died, you can never technically reveal, but it's just too unlikely, yeah. It's based on Poly from Block on the... Yeah, but that probably has like, I don't know, different roles. It doesn't have the mayor preacher context. Oh. Okay, number 25. Okay, Batata. I'm pretty sure Batata is here. The Rot. An unknown role of the Bandit. Okay, that's the Bandit role. Now we have every solo base role. Each time you may mark a player, they will appear as red if they're a werewolf, team changing, or solo killer. But will appear blue otherwise, so... that is like voting role plus village. Marking a blue and maybe also Cupid and Insti, I don't know. Marking a blue player again will convert them into a rod piece similar to accomplice, but can't kill, and you can have infinite of them. Each rod piece can choose someone to mark upon death. Wouldn't that be like it's a bit of a sounds like a slower zombie. A rod cannot be killed, so that would be like Bandit. It's like really a merge between zombie and Bandit, I think. You will be back in like 45 minutes. I don't know if I'm still live then, but have fun in the shop or good luck. I don't know what you're gonna do in the shop if you consider it as a fun thing. I suggest getting medicine. I have medicine. I took medicine, but it doesn't help that much. Apparently. But then again, you can always just choose confirmed and reveals role. Yes. You gotta buy some snacks. I'll be back later and I don't see you live and sure we'll speak soon. Yeah. I'm like always live on Sundays, so... But even it is harder to remove, so I would say that's probably worse then, because the fact that it's hard to remove makes it very annoying, in my opinion. With zombie. Oh, also something I didn't notice yet. It can talk to your piece during the day, like sect leader, so that makes it even stronger. Like, I don't know, I don't think this is different enough to be like a really solid new role for the bandit. Like, it feels a little bit too strong. It takes a bit from every role. But I don't know if we need that for the bandit tree in particular. I am kinda okay. Is this too slow? You need 2 knights to convert someone. I think so. Because you need to mark someone twice, but they will also be able to mark then after that. And they also get like red when it's like not markable, so they can find evils that way. But that's like any solo can find, any converted can already find evils, so that's not something really problematic, I would say. I probably need to shave as well. My hairs are sometimes in my nose. That's annoying. Alright. Do we open the link? I will check the image real quick. Eight more responses. Yeah, true. I will probably not be able to get to 50 though. Oh, here we have one image. There you go. It has like similar style to the last one we checked. Like, I like the image, I like the style, but it's not really Volso-esque, I think. But it's cool. It has at least a white outline. I wonder if wait, whose role is this? Batata. Maybe it would be fun if you would make your own. I wonder how would it look like if you redesigned every role icon. Like, what kind of style would we get then? Because that could be interesting to see. Maybe, I don't know, how many like drawing artists do we have in this community? I'm not sure. Maybe it could be fun to like check fan-made role icons the other day on the stream. Alright, let's go to the next role anyways. Unknown is not here, I think, anymore. Let's go to number 27 then. I'm just a ghost here, don't mind me. I have to try to massage your nose and drink ginger mint honey tea after the stream. I might also already do that, Sunny. We have a lot in this community. Yeah, I know in Warsaw there's a lot of artists, but I don't know if there's like a lot of artists in my community specifically. Or our community, I should say. I know there's like, I know we have like relatively many role creators though. There's like 100 roles in the game, yeah, exactly. It's a lot of roles. Like, maybe I should try that as well. I'm not like a pro designer by any means, but it could still be fun to experiment with a style. Seder Plays, you are here, nice. Alright. The Pelt Collector. Solo Evil, okay. Circular, wow, that's a interesting one. Each time you can kill one player and place a pelt on one player. I'm thinking like already like with solo and evil, it probably is gonna need to be a bit stronger in that case. Because evil is like a nerf compared to unknown. Especially if people know you are like in the game. Each time you can kill one player and place a pelt on another player. Or on one player. For aura seers, etc., the player with a pelt on will appear to be a regular werewolf. That blends in with this evil aura as well. Every time a werewolf die, you will receive 1 pelt. You get an extra pelt, or do you only have 1 pelt in the beginning? At the start of the game, you will have... Oh, it says here. At the start of the game, you have 1 pelt. Okay. It cannot be killed by werewolves. Yeah, makes sense. Pelt collector will already had a pelt on them. Wait, let me think. So basically, this kind of has more illusionist vibes to me than SK vibes. I think this would be a good corruptor advanced role, honestly, but I don't know SK. What is inscription? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know what pelt and inscription are either. I know what brain rot is, and I don't like brain rot. The pelt will already had a pelt on them at the start of the game. The pelt will be kept permanently on the player, so even when they die, they still appear as a regular werewolf. Any player that had a pelt on them can be revived by a medium. Even if they are a werewolf, voting killer. Okay, so you can like technically get werewolves, give them pelt, then they die and the medium revives them because they are like villager. Okay, that's funny. Try them. Oh yeah, that's already something I read on Twitch. Interesting concept here. I kind of like it. I would say the only thing I would change is make it corruptor advanced because it really plays with like with illusions. But other than that, I think I like this role. I like it has an evil aura as well. It is weird as an advance of SK, yeah. Alright, let's go to number 28. Anonymous. Ooh, I don't know who is Anonymous. Like, technically, Anonymous is Anonymous, but yeah. Should I check Anonymous roles? This is pretty complex as well. I don't know, if anyone claims this role as theirs, we'll check it. Otherwise, I will move on to the next one. Because we still have 15 or more responses. Alright, let's go to number 29. I want games 32. Are you here? A secret player, yeah. I want games. I know who this is, but are you here? I think Milan is lagging, yeah. I think I want games isn't here. Skylo, are you here? Okay, Skylo is here. Envious Werewolf. Werewolf Evil Junior Werewolf. Okay, we've not seen the Junior advance yet. You can select up to 2 players. When you die, the players that you have selected will lose their role abilities. Wait. Oh, this sounds... This... I don't know what role was that. The... Volcanic Wolf? Kinda? Or was that... No, that was probably different. Only if they're villagers, all werewolves will see who lost their abilities and who didn't. You can switch your section any moment of the game. I always like it when there's like junior advanced role ideas that have like that do something different than death. Like role blocking, what this kind of does, or making them like unprotected. which technically could be considered as death as well, because yeah, you could like get killed for sure, but something that actually changed the game in a different way. But then obviously you need to, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to increase the quantity of players affected, because otherwise it's just a nerf to the junior. All heroes who will see who lost it. Yeah. At any moment of the game, you can select which role you will appear as after your death. Oh, so it also has like shapeshifter type of behavior, or scribe behavior, I should say. Okay, so yeah, I think this is a good alternative for junior heroes. So you are still gonna play aggro, and if you die, you can select your role. I don't know, do the people know they are role blocked though? I guess so. So that would also kind of make them know that you were the. I don't know how strong the scribe ash community, the ability will be, because if you die, there will be two people, probably two villagers, knowing, hey, I'm role blocked, so. The envious werewolf must have died. Chat here is kind of slow for Hypo stream. I know. Oh, I want games is back. Welcome in. I will check your role now, because your role was. I just skipped your role. I think the role blocking should be permanent as well. Yeah, that's probably how you would balance this. You were told that oh, you did ask for feedback. Permanent rollblock isn't allowed. Like I've made like a roll in the past as well, or seen a roll. I don't know what it was. That would like, if something happened. No, that was like no. Never mind. That was like I have made a roll. Got the communist wolf, and you could select like people and they would become forkmen basically, like lose all their abilities. That's what I was thinking about, but that was a meme roll, because that was like April Fools of 2024, I think. Okay, number 31. Xiphon, are you here? I think I've seen Xiphon for sure earlier. Is Xiphon here still? Oh no, never mind. I'm gonna feature Xiphon if Xiphon is here. But I kind of forgot that I also want to feature I Want Games. Because I did go skip yours. Detailer, probably Jailer advanced role. We've seen like Detailer is like another role I've seen a lot of. At least that name. Like, I don't know what this role actually does yet, of course, but you can select a player who will be detained for the following 3 phases. Night discussion. This player can be released anytime, giving the. They can free talk with player until you get released. If the player gets attacked by a direct village attack, the ability of the player will be consumed and wasted. Poison water. This needs to be done in the night when detained player got detained. This means that they can't talk with you anymore and they're detained. If the detained and the detained player survive 3 phases. Well, the person who has the poison, then they will die at the end of the following phase. You can choose to get the ability back at the cost of releasing your target. Every player you can only. Okay, I think this is like I've seen this often, very often. I think this is like kind of over suggested for something that is like somewhat of a creative role idea, but it's been kind of over suggested. You miss revolution. What's the revolutionist? Because I know that I didn't have a revolutionist role. I think it was called Populist. I had a Populist role in that video. Communist Werewolf. I had a rework for the President and the Anarchist. That was the whole gimmick of that video. And then there was something else though. I had like a villager as well. Because yeah, Communist Werewolf was the werewolf role. Populist was the solo. I don't know, I forgot what it was. Wait, I can actually check that. Detainer? I think for the detainer though, honestly, I think I've seen it too often to actually rate it really well. I'm quickly checking if I can find the role that I came up with back then. Or I had like, I don't know if it's like completely unique obviously, but oh yeah, Emperor! I had the Emperor, that was the role I came, that was also something I thought of. The Emperor. Emperor was like the gimmicky President advanced role, I think. And then the Populist was the solo converter role. And the Communist Werewolf was like, yeah, the one that has like people turn into Forkman. Head up, one of the roles is solo voting, not a solo unknown. The name is Overseer. Aha, we'll check. At Hypo April Fools of 20 was real because Nintendo Switch actually released a few months late. Yeah, but my 2025 April Fools was not real because Wolvesville didn't release. Technically, if you homebrew your console, if you like hack it, or I don't know, hack it. You don't even need to hack it. I think if you have like certain internet settings, you can go on the browser, and you know, if you can go on the browser, you can play Wolvesville on the Switch too. But yeah, not very practical, I have to say for sure. I've not tried it, but the thing is, I'm not gonna try it either because I know that if you do that, it's like, it's of course illegal, and the biggest problem of it is that you, I think that you lose like the rights for repair if something goes wrong. So I don't want to risk that for something as little as trying Wolvesville on my Switch too. When will the stream end? I don't know, probably in like within half an hour. Okay, Xyphon, I'm gonna go for your role now. The Wolf Evil role, Junior. Like, we're getting to the stage. If someone has a role here in the chat after this one, and I haven't covered you, tell me. Okay, Junior Werewolf, Wolf, Evil. Oh, this is simple. Once per game, you can choose one person to kill instantly, but your role will get. That is Party Wolf. Like, that's exactly Party Wolf, right? Am I wrong? That's like exactly Party Wolf. Or maybe there's like... Wait, maybe Party Wolf has like an unknown aura, but... this is exactly Party Wolf. Yeah, there are more and more submissions. That's why... Yeah, I am not gonna like go over all the submissions. Let me check Party Wolf. Because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, also Evil Aura. It's like exactly the same as Party Wolf. Yeah, you can kill at night too. Instead of being limited to only using it at daytime. You're back, Batata? Alright. Turkoglu, are you here? You didn't know Party Wolf exists. Yeah, it's like, it's been it's not been like in the game for a long time. Only in March for like 1 or 2 weeks, I think. But it's like a festivity role. I wonder what they're gonna do with the festivity roles that are already existing, but not like in the event roles. Like, what is gonna happen with Pumpkin King and Santa Claus and Easter Bunny and Party Wolf? I'd imagine like Party Wolf is such a role that they can easily turn into an event role, and then with event role cards. But I don't know, how do you do that with Santa Claus, Pumpkin King, and Easter Bunny? I don't know if they're gonna do that with those 3 roles, because there's not really a point of getting those, except for like being able to give people cosmetics, but then that's also something they don't want to do. Like, they don't want to like have that unlimited, so I don't see that happen. Maybe close forms and then you can cover the rest. I'm not gonna be able to cover the rest. That's too much, unless like most of them are spam. Wait, where do I know there's a way. Wait. Let me hide the screen real quick. I know there's a possibility. Oh, here it is. Save. Okay, now you cannot submit anymore. There you go. Okay, number 32. Dirk de Code isn't here probably anymore. Okay, number... Okay, this is probably gonna be the last one I'm gonna check from Alex, because Alex already has... This is gonna be the third one for Alex. Overseer, unknown. This is what you were just talking about. Pumpkin is probably coming back next year. You think it is? I think, why not this year? I think they might also just have it like very temporarily in Sandbox and Quick Game perhaps. Hello Rainchinado, you are here. I actually have a couple roles of you that I can still check in the beginning. Okay, I will check Rainchinado. At least one role of Rainchinado. Okay, this one is a Headhunter Advanced role. The Overseer learns 2 powerful villager roles in this list. If one of the roles are lynched by town, the Overseer gains the ability to choose someone to die, and thus the game plays for 1 more day. If the Overseer isn't executed... That's interesting. That is really interesting, honestly, as a role. Only thing is, like, the Wirrels are gonna collaborate, of course, with the village on this. The Wirrels are gonna be, like, kind of a threat. This kind of feels like a custom/crazy game mode role, though, to be fair. But I think it's very interesting for that purpose. Choose Waver, who was the jailer, and thus the game goes on. The Overseer survives the day, the Overseer wins. Yeah. You're going to sleep. Aha, okay. Welcome, Mehmet. Can you download the Roll Contest 2024 form and send it to me? Yeah, I can send you the 2024 Roll Contest thing. At least I can send you the form where you can submit it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it. The Overseer must survive 1 day after gaining their lynch. Yeah. I like the role, but I don't know if it would be balanced enough. Let's go for 34. Magic, are you here? Hey, there's the politician, the other politician. You're gonna sleep in a bit. Well, good night in advance then. Village good. Mayor, another mayor. Advanced mayor role. Once per game during the voting period, you can call a revote. Oh, that's interesting, somewhat. Taking the game back to the beginning of the voting phase, also making any voting abilities such as Shadow, Swamp, or Storm null and void. I would say that's actually kind of interesting, because especially as a counter to Shadow, Swamp, and Storm. But it's very situational because of that. Because sometimes you don't have those rolls, and then there's really not a point in it. I would say usually the votes are not gonna change either, unless like imagine Vigilante uses an ability somewhat late. People are slow with voting. Then I guess this roll could be useful. It's not broken at least, but it might be a bit underpowered. But yeah, at the same time, if you have a Shadow Wolf in the game, you can completely nullify that roll. Because yeah, with the Swamp, it helps a bit. Storm has 2 abilities, so you can always, like, the Storm always has at least 1 ability that they can use. But you can completely nullify a Shadow Wolf. I think I like this Politician a bit more than the other one, because the other one was like kind of like a stronger Preacher and stronger Mayor. But this one, it might be a bit underpowered. Is there a giveaway so I know if I stay? I'm not gonna play a game, so I'm not gonna do a giveaway in that sense, but I might do a gift sub. Meant for Fiji, for late Fiji reveals, yeah. So it's really, it sounds like this is a really situational role. Isn't Politician spelled as in Politician? No, it's not. It's with a C, and not with an H. Granted, that's not exactly... This could have been good if we're just an additional and not a redo. Yeah, but that would be like... What else? I've seen like other rules that also like have the ability to add a voting phase before. Those are typically very good rules. But yeah, nowadays they're kind of like less original now that I've seen a lot of them already. I might give away a membership, yeah. Hypo is fading for Politician 2 this year instead of Politician 1. Yeah, well... I don't really change my votes too much, IRL. Extra voting phase would make it a priest advanced. Yeah, probably. Then it kind of... It's not like exactly like Darius Journalist, but not really at all. But it kind of reminds me of some... I don't know what role it was, but it reminds me of some sort of priest advanced role that also had the ability to add a voting phase. Like maybe Darius knows it. It's like... It's either the Journalist that did something similar... No, it's not the Journalist, but I know the Darius might know it because it was in a role contest and we rated it pretty highly. Originally on its own isn't really a huge deal, outside of just ripping off roles that aren't genre staples, yeah. Commander. I'm gonna check my role. Where do I have the... I know somewhere I stored... my fanmade role. Wait, it might be on this drive. Let me check because I know somewhere I have these descriptions. Role ideas? Role contest 2024. Those are only like the icons, really. Where are they? Wait, if I just look... If I look here for Paladin, that's a role. Where do I have... I stored the... Wait, I stored them somewhere. I can find it. I'm able to find it for sure. Wait, did Darius already say it? I'm not a chess player, actually. Executioner, yeah, that's it. Probably, yeah. Wait, let me find... I can show you guys the Executioner. Where is it? Executioner. Like, this was actually pretty high. I think it ended like top 3. I remember like... Twice per game you can select 3 players and 1 non-village role. If one of those 3 players has that role, they will die. No, that's different. Maybe that's a different... Wait, let me check then. In my server... Is it the same? It's not that one. There is one though. There is one. I know. I'm checking. I want to know it now as well. You have, I don't know how much 1400 elo does mean exactly, but it sounds good. I think it's Banshee. Wait, is it this roll? Wait. No. That's Mayor related, but it's not the Banshee. I want to know it now, but there is a roll that reminds me of this roll. Was it maybe the year before then? Of course, Signature will have won last year. I think it's not last year, actually. You try to make a basic advanced roll. It's meant to be a little bit underpowered because it's a Mayor. Advanced Mayor, and Mayor isn't that good unless late game. Yeah, I think for the roll itself, let's just conclude. I think it's a decent roll. Might be a bit situational, but yeah, definitely not too broken, so that's good. And yeah, it's pretty easy to make a broken advanced roll for the Mayor. The best player has 2500 elo. That's pretty high then, 1400 I would say. Okay, let's go to number 35. Rex, are you here? Rex. Also, hello, Don. Rex is here. Let's go. Artist. Village Good. Flower Child. This role gives paintings to 2 people every night, and if they get voted, they are saved. Okay, this reminds me. The 2 paintings list one day and get removed at the night. You can target the same person twice in a row, except if target is yourself. So basically, yeah, okay. If you and other FC critics play, then the artist protecting will be used up first. The playing list for the day, even if you die. So this reminds me of a combination of 2 rolls. Okay, you have like maximum 2 saves. This reminds me very much of the Rainmaker, actually. Yeah, and Batata also says it in the chat. The major difference between Rainmaker and this is that this one can like select someone different every night. And I think the Rainmaker is like you give it and they stay. You cannot undo it. So that's a difference between this and the Rainmaker. This one is a bit more flexible. And probably does better as well then. Another unique useless piece of trash. I don't want to say rolls are trash. Hello, Jot. Welcome in. Artist power creeps Flower Child. Yeah, it's a kind of stronger. Yeah, but Pacifist is so as well. And yeah, Pacifist obviously has issues. Like, I don't know, with the Flower Child try, it's so difficult to see. That's mostly because Pacifist is just like, the reveal ability is just kind of busted. And there's not really any other reference material. Especially now that the Rainmaker is not like officially added. So we don't know how it's gonna look like eventually. And if it even will be added ever. I don't have high hopes for that, actually. But yeah. FC is fundamentally weak, Pacifist is fundamentally broken, and yeah, that trees is like so difficult to like. It's really difficult to pinpoint what's a balanced FC type of role. And I like Rainmaker, but it's also kind of useless at the same time. It's not really that strong. Because typically mislynches just don't really happen. At least the one thing that happens that's an advantage for the Rainmaker is that it doesn't have a counterpart for the werewolves. Because if the Rainmaker had a counterpart, then Rainmaker would be essentially useless too. But yeah, usually you don't need to save as a village role, because most of the time you lynch either nobody or you lynch an evil, and mislynches like don't happen too often, and if they do happen, they get like, and if they get saved, usually you get framed anyways. Yeah, and Rainmaker is like useless as well. I don't know when the stream is gonna end, Milan. Okay, Xyphon, I'm gonna take your last roll now. Also then, I wanna know... Who was it? Who was here like a bit earlier? Who submitted like rolls very early on and came here for a little bit? Let me try to find that person. I don't know, we'll see later. You submitted a roll too. I've not seen any roll by Dama, so we'll check yours for sure. We have to go in 10 minutes. Yeah, I will still be going for longer than 10 minutes, probably. Looking at... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna promise I will make it to roll 47. I might skip some, but yeah. Okay, Xyphon. Village Unknown, Soulbinder. Okay, that's the third one, I think. Or at least the third one that's supposed to be Soulbinder. It says, during day 1, you choose 1 people to bear this soul. The person you bear can't die as long as you're alive. You can chat with alive people in the vote as long as the person you bear... Huh? Okay, so... If you are this role... Oh. As long as you are this role and you're alive, the bear cannot die. I don't get this real quick. Wait. This is kind of strong. You would trade my soulbinder for an unkillable. Yeah, that's true. Unkillable seer would be kind of OP. Welcome back, Joey. I went to groceries. You can chat with alive people and vote as long as the person you bear... I don't get this last section. You probably mean as long as the person you bear is alive. For some reason this is very confusing for me. It's not confusing as a role design. Like, this is the moment probably that I need to wrap things up soon, because my mind is like getting lost in too much thinking. What are the Crazy House and Fog of War event? I've never heard of those things. A can of monster and some snacks. Oh yeah, you got some snacks. What's your typical snack? I'm probably gonna get a snack when the stream is over, like right away, because I've not eaten anything in the last couple hours, obviously. Yesterday I was at my grandparents for my grandmother's birthday, but I'm kind of a tough eater, so there was basically nothing for me. A bit of crisps, but yeah, I had to like, I don't know, I had like my lunch at, what was it, 12 o'clock I think, maybe, yeah, 12 o'clock, around 12 o'clock I had my lunch, and then my next meal was at 9 o'clock in the evening, so like my lunch is 12 and my dinner was 9, and I had like only like a bit of crisps and a little piece of cake between. I was really hungry because yeah, there was nothing for me there. The target will not be immortal if you died. Okay. I think it's a bit of a strong rule, yeah, because you can make someone unkillable, but you become the key. But is it also like? Does it also say that? Does this also mean if the bearer player is dead, then you cannot vote anymore and chat? Because that's an interesting con. But how can they actually die if they are like unkillable? That doesn't make sense. Doctor plus barrier is invincible. Yeah. Okay, number 37. I'm gonna skip Jess because we've had a lot of ones from Jess, and I think Jess also had to sleep. Or Alex. Magic. I can go one more roll for magic. I think we've had only 2 for magic. Hello Ninja, welcome in on Twitch. Did you saw the murder mystery on the Wolf channel? Let me check. Where is that event? I don't know. Wait, huh? They literally stole this idea from Killer Katze. They posted in the event announcement, they posted the Sudoku, but Killer Katze already did the Sudoku like pretty recently in Joker's stream, in Joker's channel, Discord channel. Well, I'm not gonna say they stole it. Probably they didn't know about it, but still, it's kind of suspicious. In this month, there was the Syra one. What is that? The Syra one event. Berserk is the counter. Aha, yeah. But Berserk is like, yeah. I would say needing a Berserk as a counter for that is like a bit too OP. Because how often are you really gonna have a Berserk in the game? Not that often. Okay, magic. Twin Heralds. You did nothing. I just checked like 3 people. I checked 3 rolls at most per person. That's kind of a thing to make sure that I feature many people. Oh, I see Joey has Biscoff Oreo like cookies with speculoos. I like those as well. They're really good. But I've not had them in a while. I think this is your isn't this your 3rd one? Let me check. Actually, 38. No, it's actually okay. Yeah, you were right. This is your 2nd one. Okay. Okay, Loudmouth. Village, good. After that, you can select 2 players. When you die, both their roles will be revealed to Village. Yeah, fortune teller type of thing. However, it will not reveal who is who. Okay, so only the 2 people selected and the 2 possible roles. Essentially, like seer to analyst. More people use this. I would say this is. I would probably not add this, but this would be like an. I would say this could be a really cool fortune teller change. This could be a really cool fortune teller change. Would make it like really kind of balanced, just not toxic anymore, and like actually an interesting twist. Selecting 2 evils, GG, yeah, but then you need to know 2 evils. So there's still like some thinking behind it. I think it's fair. But it might be like not that creative. I don't know. Like you've seen it before. That already. That might be like I've seen it before as well, but I kind of forgot about it. But I think this would be a good fortune teller rework, though. Fortune teller is really not a fun role, honestly. All right. 39. Milman. Oh no, that's the role name. Xiphon? How many of you have I had? Xiphon has like... Okay, no. Xiphon has a lot of different names. Oh. 31. 36. Trying to cheat the system. 39. Okay, I think this is the third role for Xiphon. Okay, we're gonna go to... This is gonna be the third role for Xiphon. Yeah, 4 Xiphon roles, yeah. Okay, Milman. Village unknown. Unknown soulbinder. As long as Mill is alive, everyone can send Mill privately. Okay, wait, that's super simple. So, yeah, that would be like permanent private chat to the Millman. I wonder, like, how would people use that? If you had like permanent private message, but only with one specific player, like it's of course it would be very confirmable because there need to be like a button, or no, not per se. You could also like when there's a Millman in game, there could be like a button in the bottom, and that just sends an anonymous message, or well, it sends a message to the Millman, but you don't know per se who that is. Or alternatively, you do like a button on the screen, on the player screen, and then everyone sees from the get-go where the button is. They see like, okay, player 6 has this private chat message. Okay, they must be Millman. But other than that, I think for the strategy type of thing, it could be really cool. However, I would like to say, I've seen like Red Lady Advanced Rules that do this like more interestingly. That take like, also like are called Millman. That take like a couple nights to send messages privately. But yeah, to be fair, like that's a Red Lady Advanced rule. This one is a bit quicker, but would work as a soulbinder, so it also is like considered a stronger role. So that would be fair. I would play it as well, I think, but I would play anything because I want the variety, you know. Millman would gather all the... Yeah, and I think Seers would just give full roles to the Millman, but not to the chat. Private chat modifier, yeah. But then for one role. Night chat would not... Yeah, night chat would need to be blocked, yeah. Otherwise you can, like, send your infos at night. That would be too broken. I would say a pretty cool role. I would say this could be like a cool and very simple role foremost. Like I think this is one of the most simple roles I've seen that actually is unique. So good job on that. Lee Kai, are you here? In that regard, Joey, it's like similar to Soulbinder already, but this would be a bit less. Soulbinder has like this whole stuff with death and 2 players connecting, and then this would be more like, yeah. I don't know, it might be a bit strong if you think of it, but if the Millman cannot send stuff back, then it would be balanced. And especially night messages need to be banned. Hello Chen Bai, welcome in. I will check yours, Matt. Lee is here in the chat, so let's see. What did Lee submit? Targeter. Okay, the Targeter, unknown, solo, headhunter. Okay, voting role. Okay, this is a long one. This is the most crucial thing we need to know, though. At night, the target can select one person to be lynched on the next day. If the target gets lynched next day, it counts as one. Oh, the point voting. The target needs to... Okay, I've seen this a lot. I don't know. This is not really... something I think is very unique yet. The target cannot select a new target unless the target gets lynched. Like, I don't know. This might have been like even in a role contest of mine. Like, in a lower spot. But I've definitely seen this concept quite often. Like stuff that collect points by getting lynches. Also, technically, it's like a bit similar to Anarchist as well. Then it's like a blend between Anarchist and Headhunter. It doesn't. Yeah, true. It doesn't mention being able to send messages, I guess. This is considerably harder role to win than Anarchist. Yeah, because you need like 3 miss lynches. Well, you could also like predict werewolves, but if that happens, they will know. I don't know if they know. Well, there is some additional information. Maybe it says it there. Random voting roll can be killed by werewolves. Yeah. Okay. The advantage is that this is more flexible. Headhunter, you can choose your own targets, even werewolves. Yeah. More targets to be lynched to win. Disadvantage is that you will be notified. Oh, village will be notified that targets. Okay, so then it's definitely like, okay, people are just gonna stall the game, not lynch, unless they know who you are. It is necessary to balance it, but I don't know. It doesn't make it. It makes it a bit harder as well. But yeah, it's necessary. You would be. It's not as flexible as some other suggestions I've seen. I think there's so many new werewolf SK rules in this game, but not many solo voting. Yeah, that's a good motivation, I would say. Like, have more voting rules, but it's really the. I don't think this is it, honestly. If Tartar only focuses on werewolf SK, then Tartar wins it easily by siding with village. Yeah, but I don't know. I think the village would just kill the targeter at some point first. Especially if they are so successful at lynching those players. Like, either the village is gonna struggle, they don't get the they don't get the werewolves killed, and then the target isn't really a big problem. Or they are going to sweep through it. They are gonna get like 2 werewolves killed, and the targeter gets 2 points, and then they have time probably to find out who the targeter is. So I don't see that as an issue, but yeah, at the same time it would make it really hard. I've seen this. I've had this debate before as well. Being able to select evils means like, you could say it's broken, but people would be notified. So, like, at some point, people would just, it's more like of an annoyance maybe. Like, people would be forced to vote the targeter out first before continuing with lynching werewolves. Okay, 41. We're like in the last few. I don't know, how many have Batata? Oh. Batata, how many have you submitted? 3. Okay, I think that's no cheating from Batata. 41. I don't think notify would do enough, because that can get flooded by chat and ignored, as it's usually werewolf kills and SK that stick in memory of the village. Yeah, true. Okay, this is the last one for Batata. Gourmand. There's an unknown SK. Each time you may devour a player, they cannot do anything except talk. Okay, so role blocked. Not devouring, failing to for a night makes you enter hunger, making you able to kill. Choose a second player until successful in devouring someone. During the night, you may additionally digest the devoured players instead, killing them but making them unable to choose that night. This does. Wait, huh? I think this is a bit complex already. During the night, you may additionally digest the devoured players instead, killing them but not making you. Not digested players will be saved upon your death. Wait, I'm really confused. tend to forget all info besides, yeah. Am I crazy or is this a bit like complex already? Non-digested players will be saved upon your death. You can't die to werewolves, okay, that's normal. For some reason I thought like, wait, but no, that's normal. Like, that tells us how unconcentrated I am right now. I'm like unfocused. The foreign can be protected but not digesting. Oh, we have another imaging. The foreign can be detected but not okay, so it's like somewhat bypassed. I don't know if I'm too... I don't know, I'm not focused enough to rate this roll, I think, honestly, right now. Maybe someone in the chat can do it, though. I'm gonna, like, quickly go over a roll. If I see a roll that I understand, like, from the get-go, I will like, review it, but then I'll probably end the stream, like, pretty quickly. Oh, I will let you read it. Sorry. Okay. You have an idea? I'm getting tired as well with the... My eyes are like kinda... watery. Because my allergy is annoying. This seems like an alternative version of Cannibal, just with an extra step between and not the addition of killing multiple people. Ah. So it's more like toned down, I would say. Okay. Well, if it's like similar to Cannibal, I don't know if there's a good point in adding this, but yeah. It's like Arcel, but instead of dousing, you roll block. Oh yeah, you also do roll block, yeah. Alright. I think we'll move on to the next roll. Sorry that I couldn't really rate your roll correctly, but yeah, my mind is not really concentrated here. Milan, I don't know if Milan is here. Milan, if you're here, I will maybe check your role if Imlo the Impaler. What a name! What a name! I don't know what Imlo is, but the fact that there's like an actual name and then like a word, a noun, that's kind of funny to me. Yeah, if you can't devour not one, you can devour two people due to fading. That is like someone I've seen like in the past as well suggested. Let's see, is this... This is... Oh yeah, Milan... I don't know Milan's here though. Is there anyone in the chat who has no role reviewed yet? Magic, I've had 3 rolls by Magic. And same for Xyphon. Dama! Oh, Dama is here. If Dama's here, I have not featured Dama yet. I wanna feature Dama. Oh yeah, Ryan Shinado, you're here. Oh yeah, you have to. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh my god. No, that was Xyphon was the only one. You have 3 rolls. Wait, was that actually the case? I think so, right? Oh yeah, 47 is yours. Okay, let's go. Moonwolf, unknown. Is this easy to understand? I hope so. Okay, 2 abilities. Get better soon. Oh, yeah, I think I will be better by tomorrow. Usually my allergies last for like 2 days and a bit. and it started like yesterday. Okay, but this is not an existing rule yet, so I don't know what. I assume Alpha Werewolf because unknown, but I don't know. Once per game you can use Cloudy Night. The works similar to Astronomer's ability, except instead of stopping kills, it stops all village information rolls. Oh, that's specific. Ability 2, Asteroid. This sounds like a Nightmare Werewolf advanced roll then. Once per game during the day you can activate your Asteroid ability. During the night, anybody who interacts with you at night dies at the end of the night. However, if nobody interacts with you, then nothing happens. That makes sense. This is like a literal counter to our Astronomer, yeah. This is like exactly Astronomer, but then, well, not exactly, but very similar to Astronomer, but then evil-sided. I think honestly, as a Nightmare Advanced role, this would be very interesting. It might be a bit strong, but like, how often are people really going to interact with you? You have to predict when you get checked, so that's already kind of difficult. But if someone announced this, it's pretty easy kill, you know? But then at the same time, the other villagers know, like, hey, he said he was gonna check, I don't know, player 15. Hey, they died, so they must be the Moonwolf. But I think this is a fun. I think this could work. It's maybe not the most creative thing because it's like Astronomer, but then evil-sided. And although the visiting thing and then the asteroid ability is somewhat unique, though. Will village know asteroid is used? I think so because, or no, I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so. It doesn't say so, at least. But I don't think that would be a problem, honestly. Oh, Magic says yes. Feels junior werewolf-ish. I don't know. It doesn't feel junior werewolf-ish. I don't know, man. Village knows they died to... Yeah, they know that they died to asteroid, but they don't know that the asteroid is active at night. That's something we want to know, I think, because that makes it like kind of like... If they know asteroid is active, they might be more reluctant to use abilities in the first place, especially on people who might be suspicious. And if they don't know that it's active, it could be like an actual trap, you know? Okay, so then it's more like a trap. Then I would say it's a bit stronger. Like, if you get like a couple kills with this could be like a very satisfying roll. But this is like, when it comes to roll tree, it has like elements of both. I would say it has elements of both the Shadow and the Nightmare Werewolf tree. And in particular, like, it's kind of a merge between Berserk and Nightmare Werewolf. But that, yeah, a bit different as well, of course. I think I like the role though, but I don't know where I would place it. Not as a... I would probably make the evil... I would definitely make the unknown evil, the unknown aura an evil aura. I don't know if it should be like Shadow or Nightmare Advanced though. Probably Nightmare, but I don't know. Could be either. I would not make this a junior advanced role. Because it doesn't really play around... yeah, it can be aggro, but it doesn't really play around... if you die, something happens. Okay, let's go to number... I'm going to check the roll... I'm going to check a roll, I should say. From... Who was it? Was just in the chat. Hello, Mochi Mochi in the Twitch chat. Welcome in. How are you doing? Ryan Shinado. I'm gonna check a roll from Ryan Shinado. Dama Gaming. I'm gonna check yours now. Then we'll go to 36. That's Mehmet who wants his roll reviewed as well. And then we'll go to one by Ren Shinado, and then we will end the stream. and I will do a gift sub on YouTube. So yeah, Twitch, if you are watching and you want to win something, check my YouTube channel for the gift sub soon. Dama Gaming, an Echo is the role name. Good Loudmouth again. We don't see Loudmouth advances that often actually. Reveal the current aura of 2 people if you're choosing when you die. Current aura roll and bypasses things like illusionist. Okay. Current, I assume like with that specified you wanna like cursed turned is like evil. Same with like villagers turned by kitten wolf. This is a simple rule, yes. This is very similar to that other rule we had before. Like again, I think this could be like a nice fortune teller rework, but I don't know if it should be a separate rule yet. It could be one, but we saw this earlier, yeah. But I don't know if Dama was there or saw that submission earlier on. Alright, I think there's not really much to say here. I would say this is a good fortune teller change, if you would make this a fortune teller change. Okay, 46. Mehmet. I assume you're here, Mehmet? The multi-chat's probably still dead, yeah. I'm not just checking the multi-chat scene and it's still like... The last message that I can see was like sent before 3 PM. That's like 2 hours ago at least. Yeah, that's the difference. There is a difference. The aura versus the like 50% chance that this is that roll and that is that roll. So it is different, but I would say both are like a bit similar to Loudmouth and Fortune Teller. I would Fortune Teller upon dying then, and unused cards. Let's go for Mehmet. I know Mehmet was here. And then we'll go Rain, Shinado, and then end. Vulture, unknown. HH or Fool, so voting rule. Every night you choose 2 players. If one of the players is killed by the evil alliance, you gain 1 soul. You win when you gain a total of 3 souls. So actually it's predicting. You need to predict evil kills. Also, if your evil alliance attacks you once, you will not die and gain 1 soul. This does not happen when the roll is the arsonist roll. Okay, yeah, bypassing basically. You lose if. So there's a lot of contrary conditions. That's interesting. I don't know if this should be Headhunter or Fool, but it's really difficult because what else should it be? Like, it's not related to voting at all, and I've seen this concept before as well. But at the same time, there's not really a role like this that you could like put this with in a tree. I think Village can, right? They can lynch you, they can kill you. If they kill you, yeah, there's not like... Unless that, yeah, you could like, in theory, if you're gonna make it like extreme, you could say like, well, the village could prevent you actually, because if the doctor predicts who the vulture is going to predict, then the doctor can save that person, and the vulture cannot get a point. But that's like, yeah, that's a bit too much actually. There should be a base rule, and I don't know what advanced rule. I would make it base rule, and then temporarily have a like crazy game mode type of rule, because it would fit there for sure. And it's a bit complex, maybe, yeah. Although that's Dutch law. If even I understand it, like with my current my brain currently, then it cannot be too complex. Every night you choose 2 players. But it's also like, I didn't even realize, but it's like you choose 2 players, so that makes it even stronger than I thought it was. Like, at least make this 1 player. It becomes really hard to win, I know. But there's 2 evil teams that you can predict for, so you still get like 2 chances, typically. Also, the fact that, oh yeah, with the arsonist thing, that's also like, you are shielded. That doesn't really happen too much. Yeah. It sounds like a neutral evil. Yeah, it does sound like that, exactly. If it would be 2 players, what happens if we have NSK kill in the same night? Yeah, yeah. Would you get 2 souls then? That's interesting. I think as a crazy game mode, like bit refine, if you refine it a bit, for crazy game mode it would work. I don't know if it would work for sandbox and quick game, let alone ranked. It kind of has no spot in the game. I would say like maybe this should like fall in the category of Cupid and Cursed, like replace that kind of slot, and not like the voting slot. Voting slot has like an actual really, well, not gonna say that Cupid and Cursed don't, but voting slot has a really important function in setups. Okay, let's go to the first one, which is by Rencinado. This is the final one. Let me actually do a gift sub first. I'm gonna have to do that on my phone, by the way. So, yeah, I'm on my phone right now. Don't worry. I will still read the chat. Hello, Apto, welcome in. Rencinado, I'm gonna do your roll now. Oh, no. Brain rot. Why does it open shorts? Like, I opened my phone and immediately it opened a random short. I don't want to watch a short. No. Okay, I'm going to give I'm gonna give a gift sub right now. Let's do that now. Alright, where do I do that? Here. Membership gifting. We'll do 1 game. Like, okay, no. Wait. Let's do 5 gift subs. 5 gift subs. Cause I've already done 3 of you. I know I've already done 3 of you. You submitted 4. I've done 3 of you. I'm not gonna do 4 per person in one stream. Like next month, I will do another similar stream, of course. So. Oh boy, I need a password. Wait, let me quickly block my webcam. Oh my god, my nose is like, Some gift subs are coming. You cannot send rolls anymore, no. I already closed it quite a while ago because we had a lot of rolls already. Okay, the gift subs are coming. Gift subs are coming. It's processing now. Okay, payment successful. Let's go. There you go. Okay, who have it? Bruh, free, and then some name I don't know how to pronounce. Armin, Jip, and Senga. I don't know if anyone is here from those people. That's I really need to do this differently, because I hope one of those... Who are those people? Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen... Like, I don't know if I've ever seen one of those people in... I feel like Bruh for free and Armin, I've seen those, I think. But I don't know. I mean, I really should do this differently. Next time we'll do a... You guys just spam a name. You spam your name in the chat, or spam. You just put your name in the chat, we'll put them on a wheel, and then we'll do it like that. Because I can also just... like, if I'm not mistaken... I think I could, like, gift a specific user as well. I think gifted subs should be viewers only. Maybe that's a setting that I can also do. Who are they? I hope they're gonna enjoy it though. Even though they might not even watch me anymore. Like, it might be like subscribers from 2019 or so, or 2020, who have already like gone past Wolvesville like for years. They're not in the chat, I think. Let me check. I can check who's like in the chat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody of them is in the chat, indeed. They do get a notification, yes. Okay, anyways, let's go for the last roll. Rain Shinado. They might be watching on TV. Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know if they... I don't know. This could also... They can also give to any subscriber. That's the thing with YouTube, because memberships are more than just perks for live streams. They're also like perks for my videos / community chat tab and I don't know, whatever. So it's more than just that. Okay, Renginado, you're here. I'm gonna check your role now. Fentry Loquist Wolf. Evil Aura Junior Werewolf. After the first night, during the night, you can link 2 players for day and night. If one of them dies, the other will also die. But if the werewolves kill the link players, you will die. I think this is literally a role that I've seen in the past. This reminds me... Oh boy. Wait. Let me check. I am 100% sure I've seen this before. But where have I seen this before? Hey, Xyphon, thank you for gifting a sub here. Sky Ash got a gift sub as well. What's the alignment? Wait, let me check real quick. I want to see something. Thank you so much for the gift sub though, Xyphon. And Joey! Yo, Joey to the president tier. Goddamn. Wow. Thank you so much for that. That really means a lot to me. That's like the highest tier actually. We're still giving random people. I will, you know, I'm going to figure out. Oh my god, where are the notifications even? Why do I not have notifications? This is like actually stupid. Thank you so much, Xyphon, as well, for becoming a Forkman member yourself. I am going to figure out. I'm gonna look up if there is some sort of setting that you can like restrict gift subs to only watchers, because I don't think it's not really fun to gift subs when I gift subs to people who are not here. Not because I don't like the people who I gift to, but more because it just is disappointing for everyone who is here, you know? It just feels like, yeah, if you look like, if I do 5 gift subs, and there's like 10 people watching, you feel like you actually have a chance of winning it. But then if suddenly like the whole subscriber base of me competes, then suddenly there's no then suddenly you have no chance. Essentially. So really it's really unfortunate that it works like that. I'm gonna figure out if I can restrict it to viewers only. But I was going to talk about this one. I think the chained wolf is the role I'm thinking about here. At night you can set 2 players and make one will be rust. Oh, it's similar. It's not the exact same. If the rusted player dies, the chained player dies along. Werewolves cannot attack the rusted player, nor does it. It's not the exact same. But I know I've seen something like that is exactly this role that we just saw here. Yeah, it's not like... It's probably from the 2023 contest, or even like 2022. But thank you guys so much, Xyphon, for both your subscription and also for the gift sub. And Joey, of course, for the President tier gift sub as well. That's President Joey to you, yeah. It's very similar, yeah. It's no worries. You can't know every role that has existed or suggested. That's just not like possible. And I don't expect everyone to know like all the roles that have ever been submitted. Banger tune. This is the prelude to Bowser in Mario 64. Like when you're gonna fight him. Oh no, this is actually just the whole song of Bowser fighting Bowser. The Bowser theme in 64, yeah. Either way, when it comes to this role though, how should I rate this? If one of them dies, the other will also die. But if the werewolves kill the linked players, you will die. Do the werewolves know? Wait, let me check. The link players are connected. You cannot link play until the link is broken. The link is broken after a day and a night. So it's temporary. So actually it's not like ideal to link many people because they are like they know that they are both not werewolf, I assume. Unless you're really going to like link a werewolf with a villager. So basically it just confirms people constantly. And it's gonna be really hard to play this role, I think. Because you cannot attack either. Like, how are they gonna die? They know each other. Because they know, hey, I've been linked to this player. I'm not going to... the player is probably villager. So they can confirm each other as non-werewolf. Werewolves cannot kill them, so you're like either you really need a miracle to get them mislinched or misshot, or you need a solo to kill them. That's like the most probable thing. Hey, we got the emotes here from Xyphon. And werewolves should not attack the link player. Yeah, that speaks for itself. The link continues if you die until it breaks. Yeah, automatically. The link has no effect against solo killers, but still has an effect on the other player. Okay, that's also fair. That's a good balancing. If the link player die, you cannot make any more links. Okay, yeah, that's also fair because otherwise you can like keep getting people chain killed. So apart from the fact that I've seen it before, I've seen it like multiple times in different iterations, obviously. Like, not everything is exactly the same. Not every suggestion like this is the same, but they've definitely had different iterations, so I think that's interesting. I do like this iteration. Only thing is, I doubt how are the linked players really gonna get killed if they know each other and they know that they're linked. I think if you remove like the fact that they are, if you remove the fact that they know that they are linked, and you limit the fact that people can only be linked once, and you keep the werewolf thing so that the werewolves cannot just kill the linked players directly, then I think you can like actually push someone who is linked. That would be like, then it would be a better role, I think. But I don't know if I'm alone in that or if anyone else agrees. Hello, Joking Fox, welcome in the Twitch chat. I kind of didn't read the Twitch chat for a while, sorry. You're the only one I watch on Twitch for this drop. You can also watch Joker, honestly, he's a good stream. But I know there's like a lot of, on Twitch there's like, yeah, for the YouTube chat, Twitch has drops and YouTube doesn't. There is on Twitch a lot of, I don't know if it's actually anymore, but in the beginning for sure, there were like streamers who were just like 24/7 AFK streamers with the category Wolvesville and then enabled the drops, and then in that way people could just like claim their rewards by doing nothing, and it was kind of like unfair competition. We considered that unfair competition, but at the same time we also, Philip told me like, well, these people are not there to watch Wolvesville anyways, they just want the reward. So I really appreciate it when people go and come here for the drop and actually don't watch, they actually support like people who and not just to pat on my own shoulder, but also like people who actually stream Wolvesville or something like that. This is not actually Wolvesville, but it's close enough. You get it probably. You don't know what all my suppers are, but yeah, I saw $10 a month. I have some PayPal money to use. Aha. I can explain the present tier. You get a, actually you're the second person with the precedent tier. You get merchandise discount. You get of course in the Discord you get an exclusive chat. You get an hour voice call with me every month that you are subscribed. I've done this once before with my other precedent tier. When we calling, yeah, that's something we can like discuss in DM. That's the biggest thing about the present tier. And also, if you have a Wolvesville related question, I can make a short of it and like post it on my socials. Like the other precedent tier member doesn't want me to do that for them, but if you have one, I can do that. That's also a perk of the precedent tier. And there's also like the mayor and the Forkman tier. You also have the emojis, like you already showed. Alright. Okay, let's do one more roll to finish it off by let's do one more roll from Ranginado, because Ranginado also has 3 rolls. And now Ranginado is here anyways. The roll is called Lost. This is the final roll. No team. Unknown roll. Aura, okay. Cursed or Lurker. During the night, you can visit the player and ask to stay for a while. Okay, this is just visiting. The player can accept or decline. If the player accepts, you can stay up to 2 nights at that player's house, or you can try visiting other players. While visiting a player, you will be okay. I don't know if temporary part of the team. I hope that doesn't mean that you get to see the other werewolves, because then it's gonna be broken. The other player will not know who you are until they accept you visit them. You will not know the team of the player you are currently visiting. Oh, they don't know the team. Okay. Well, unless they claimed or are revealed, I guess. If the player you visit dies, you will join their team permanently. If it was the team of the player you visit that killed them. If it was the team of the player. Huh? I don't get that. Oh, you mean like there's only 2 teams then? That doesn't make sense. If it was the team of the player you visit, so if you visit a villager, for example, but that also killed. Well, I guess if a witch kills a villager that you visit, I guess that would work then. But with werewolves, that's not possible. With solos, that's only possible if there's like 2 solos in a game, which is like, yeah, custom crazy only. Is this Ogre from Blood? I don't know Blood on the Clock Tower rolls, obviously, but yeah. I like that you don't know what team you're on, but you can make like guesstimates by reading chat, seeing the claims and stuff like that. Okay, you cannot visit players 2 times, basically. You can no longer visit when you are in a permanent team, that's obvious. You cannot be attacked while visiting. I think this is really interesting. Like, I would like to see like more feedback on this rule. Protagonist. I don't know what the protagonist does. If the person you're visiting dies because of someone on their team, you will join team opposite. Yeah. So that would be a huge blow because if you visit a villager, they get killed by the witch. You join the werewolves. But wait, if what team are you gonna join though? Are you just generally gonna be Evil Alliance then, or are you gonna like? What's the opposite team of the village? Is that the werewolves or the solo? And what would be the opposite of werewolves as well? The werewolves, for the werewolves, this doesn't really matter because, yeah, you're only really gonna get that like in Bro Wars, but werewolves killing werewolves, I guess. But and an instigator. But then you have an instigator is also a whole different team. I think the team thing with joining the opposite team, although I like the twist, I think it's a bit too complex because there's too many teams to really do that. Unless you're doing like, unless you really do it like a rough sketch of like Evil Alliance or Village. Like if you do it like only 2, if you make it binary basically, then it could work. But I don't know if it's that interesting to permanently turn into Evil Alliance. This is powerful. You can keep visiting confirmed players and just ask Wirth to claim, so you can visit them to win along with them. Yeah, that too, I guess. If you visit the Ville and they get killed, it should be that they join the team of the killer. That would be cool, yeah. I think, well, I would say, here's the available teams actually. Village Werewolves, Evil Alliance for solo killers. Bandit Zombie, yeah, okay, this makes sense. No couple though, but yeah, who cares? You're more active during the match. A couple is also only a sub team. Or yeah, it's a leading team, but you keep another team as well. You're more active during the match. That's for sure. More than a lurker, I suppose. And definitely more than a cursed. You cannot be converted by night attacks. And you cannot be attacked while visiting a player. Yeah, that's optional. I would probably keep that option. You don't have... Or maybe not actually. I don't know. And you don't have a team. You don't have a team usually. You need permission... Or you... Not a permanent team. You don't need... You need permission to visit other players. Yeah, that too. I think that would also be... But yeah, if you just claim and say like, I'm gonna visit good players, then you can just act like an extra villager and they will give you permission. What if the killer's in the sub-team? Would it inherit the sub-team? I don't know. Interesting question, Day. I think the ideas here are like cool, but there's too many I don't know if I want to call it oversights, but too many exceptions that aren't really worked out, I think. But I like it playstyle wise, it's probably better than Cursed. Also, this would be a fun mechanic if you... But I don't think people are gonna reject this too often. Let me think. What's actually the con of accepting a visit request? like, this is a pro. Like, imagine you visit a werewolf and the werewolf gets killed by the SK, then the werewolves will be happy that you visit them. So they're gonna accept that because you joined their team. If it was the team of the play you visit killed them, so for the werewolves that's not possible. This is not gonna really be... But if it's a villager... So if a villager accepts you, but they're not gonna accept you if they know that they will probably be killed. So I don't really see a point of rejecting visits then. Couple is a permanent team, yeah. Couple is a permanent team, but also it's like a second. It's a, well, it should be treated as a primary team in terms of like who you are like supporting, but factually you still have like the original team as well. So yeah, you cannot visit again for a couple days. But yeah, I would say you probably need to change some things here and there. Although I like the fact that it has more freedom with the playstyle than the cursed. Also than the lurker, but because you're just constantly actively trying to make alliances and like try to stay safe by visiting. Yeah, Cupid couple is higher priority wise. Yep. You have to win with your couple if you are coupled. Except for some high exceptions like sected couple, then not. But yeah, that's like the exception. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end it here. I probably need to recover a bit from with my nose, and I'm running low on tissues like on my desk here, so I used like a whole package pretty much, which is kind of bad. But yeah, I will probably be better tomorrow. But yeah, Joey will discuss about the precedent here in DM. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for submitting roles. I will do this again in November, of course. Probably mid-November again. That's also that will, I don't know. No, it's not gonna be the less time, of course. But like we are going towards some sort of announcement for a sort of role contest as well in that time. So yeah, that will be hype. It's gonna be a bit different, the role contest this year around. And thank you guys for the gift subs and for all the likes. If you didn't like it already, do it now. And subscribe, of course. Also Twitch. Shout out to Twitch. Hello Gamer Groove Nick, who's now on Twitch. Yeah, I'm about to stop though, but maybe I can raid someone on Twitch now that I think of it. Is there anyone I want to raid? I know. There's like a Dutch guy I can raid, a friend of mine. Wait. I know we're gonna raid someone. I know. Oh wait, Joker's also live. Okay. There's like, for Twitch, there's like, oh, now you can also see my screen on Twitch. There's like two options for Twitch. I see Joker is live and I see Loco is live. Ghost live. Yeah, you're also a live streamer, I guess. Stream rating 8 out of 10. Hopefully it will be a 10 out of 10 next time then. Next time, I'm thinking next stream, 26th of October. I will probably be live 26th. Yeah, I don't see a reason why not. I'm thinking what I will do. Might be tier list or custom games, one of those two. Alright. I think I'm gonna rate Joker real quick. On Twitch. Alright. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome back, Batata. We're just about to end. Alright. Thank you guys for being here, and I see you next time. Bye bye.